A bullet leaves the barrel at over 1,000 miles per hour. It has one job: go through things. It is very good at its job. Then it hits this, and for the first time in its short, violent life, it just stops. Confused. Embarrassed, honestly. So what is this stuff? And why does the bullet lose? Here's the twist that's going to bug you for the rest of this video. The glass doesn't stop the bullet. It never stops the bullet. The glass is a decoy. The real hero is something you'd never expect. Stick with me. We're building this thing layer by layer, and the last layer is the one that saves your life. Start with regular glass. You know glass. Hard, clear, shatters if you breathe on it. Amazing against rain. Useless against bullets. Shoot a normal window, and the bullet doesn't even slow down to say hi. So people got clever. They took a sheet of glass and glued another sheet of glass to it, with a layer of plastic in the middle. Then they did it again, and again, until it looked like a very expensive, very boring sandwich. That sandwich has a name: laminated glass. And the plastic filling? That's the whole point. But to understand why, you have to watch what happens the instant the bullet arrives. Because what it does next is genuinely humiliating. The bullet hits the first layer of glass. The glass is hard. Harder than the bullet. So the bullet does something deeply embarrassing. It flattens. Like a paintball. Like a grape. Like your motivation on a Monday morning. That sharp little point that was going to ruin someone's day? Gone. Now it's a soft, fat blob. And a soft, fat blob has to shove its way through way more material. But the glass just gave everything it had. It cracks. It's finished. So who catches the blob? The plastic. There it is. The layer is called polycarbonate. Same stuff as riot shields. It doesn't shatter. It flexes. It stretches. It grabs the flattened bullet and all the broken glass and says, "Not today." The glass breaks the bullet. The plastic catches what's left. Hard layer, soft layer, hard layer, soft layer. That's the entire secret. Bulletproof glass is just a bouncer made of tag-teaming opposites. But here's where it gets weird. Because there's a version of this glass designed to betray the person shooting at it. One side stops bullets. The other side doesn't. On purpose. Hold that thought. It's my favorite part, and we're getting there. First, how do you even build one of these? Because there's a problem. Glue glass to plastic and trap a single air bubble, and the whole panel is garbage. So how do you fuse them perfectly? Very, very carefully. The layers get stacked in a clean room. One speck of dust, one tiny bubble, and it's ruined. Then the stack goes into a vacuum. Every bit of air gets sucked out from between the layers. Then it goes into an oven called an autoclave. Heat and crushing pressure at the same time. The plastic goes soft. It melts into the glass like a grilled cheese. Everything fuses into one solid block. No glue, no bubbles, no seams, just one clear, beautiful, ridiculously heavy slab. And heavy is the word. Because now we hit the problem nobody warns you about. This stuff is absurdly heavy. A single window can weigh more than a grown adult. And the more bullets you want to stop, the more layers you need. More layers, more weight. Want to stop a handgun? A couple inches thick. Want to stop a rifle? Now you're at 3-4 inches. Want to stop a .50 caliber? Congratulations. Your window now weighs as much as a small car and costs about the same. There's an actual rating system for this. It climbs in levels. The bottom level stops a 9mm pistol. The top levels stop rifle rounds. And every level up, the glass gets thicker, heavier, and greedier. That's why a bank teller's window and a president's limousine are not the same glass. One is stopping a pistol. The other is stopping the entire evening news. Now, remember the glass that betrays you? Here's the trick. They build it lopsided on purpose. Hard glass on the attacker's side, soft plastic on the defender's side. When the bad guy shoots in, the hard glass flattens the bullet, the soft plastic catches it, blocked. But when the good guy shoots out, the bullet hits the soft plastic first. The flexible plastic just lets it pass. Then it punches through the cracked glass on the far side like wet paper. Same window. One direction, fortress, other direction, open door. It's the most passive-aggressive object ever engineered, but before you go feeling safe behind any of it, you need to hear the truth. Bulletproof glass is a lie. That's not even what the industry calls it. They call it bullet-resistant. Resistant, because nothing is proof. Hit the exact same spot enough times, and it gives up. The first bullet flattens. The second lands in the crack the first one made. The third goes a little deeper. It's not a wall, it's a countdown. And there's a nastier secret still. Even when it stops the bullet, the back of the glass can spit tiny razor shards off the inside. It's called spalling. The bullet never made it through, but the glass still cut you. That's why the best panels add one final layer on the very back. A thin plastic film, the last line of defense. The layer that catches the glass the bullet tried to turn into shrapnel. So here's the thing to sit with. That crystal clear window guarding the bank, the jeweler, the motorcade. It was never the glass doing the saving. It was the plastic. Cheap, flexible, unglamorous plastic. Hiding between two panes of something prettier, taking every hit, getting none of the credit. The glass gets the name. The plastic does the dying.